Yeah, it'll be for 1.5 hours. Like, so we will not have this call tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, we'll start with prayers. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti
Srimati
Vedanta
Bhaktivedanta
Swamin Iti Namine
Vinamana
Namaste Saraswate
Saraswati
Deve
Devi
Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Ajnantimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripasindubhya Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Anantakoti Vaishnavrinda Ki Cha Jagadguru Shila Prabhupada Ki Cha Tagore Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Okay. So till yesterday, we had in the last call we have discussed about the glories of the river Ganga, entire Ganga Avatarana, how it was. So now Rama, Lakshmana, and Vishwamitra, they are crossing this boat of Ganga, and Rama and Lakshmana, they are both thinking about the entire history of this Ganga river, because that river is there on this land because of Bhagiratha, and Bhagiratha was the forefathers of Lord Rama in the dynasty of Ikshvaku. So he's thinking that the greatness of his lineage. So how great those forefathers were. So when we have this kind of information about our forefathers, their greatness, what will happen is, to the general public normally, even if a king wants to do some activity, maybe by forced by any of his senses, which is not right, he will think, oh no, my forefathers have done great activities. If I do anything wrong, their name and their fame will be uh, disturbed. I should not offend them, or I should not bring their level status down. So that's why they're always reminded by Vandi and Magadas. So the kings, especially, they have these two people called Vandi and Magada. One of them will glorify their history, the forefathers, how great they are, what are the great activities they have done. And the other one will glorify his activities, how great he has done, that present king has done in his life. Okay, so thinking like this, Rama and Lakshmana, they all crossed the river Ganga, and they reached the city named Vishala. So then Rama asked, "What is this place that is, the Vishala city? How it has come? It looks very beautiful." Then Vishwamitra Muni, he explains that in the past, the demons and the demigods, they churned the milk ocean for 1,000 celestial years. And after churning for so long, the first thing that came out was poison. And it was destroying all the things on its way. And at that time, Vishnu, he approached Lord Shiva, and he said, the first offering of anything is done to the eldest of the family. So as an Agra Puja is worshipping the eldest person. So as an Agra Puja, you please consume it. And Shiva had consumed it, but he did not let it go below the throat. And by the mercy of Parvati Devi and all those, it never goes below the throat. So Shiva can do that. He can drink even poison. But can we all drink poison? No. We cannot imitate what Lord Shiva has done. That's why we should never imitate the great devotees or demigods. We should not imitate them. We should follow their instructions. They can do anything. Because someone asked this, oh, Shiva is drinking the liquor, so I'll also drink liquor. No, he can drink poison and still he cannot, he'll not be able, he'll not die. So you cannot do that. Okay. After that, 6 million apsaras. Apsaras are the celestial damsels. They all came. Then a horse named Uchchaishriva that came out of churning of that milk ocean. Then Kaustubha money, the jewel of Kaustubha, that came. Then the entire Ayurveda, that came. Then finally, Dhanvantari, he is the head of all the Ayurveda. He appeared with the pot of elixir or pot of that nectar. And why they did all that? Because by this time, all the demigods, they were very nicely situated in their places, and they know that their life is, well, like say maybe 25 years, but it's a long 25 years. Their life is only for one day of Brahma. All the Svargaloka, they live only for one day of Brahma. That's it. Again, the next day of Brahma, again the new set of demigods come. So they wanted to have it, and they want to extend their lifetime for very long. So that's when they approached Brahma, and then Brahma approached Vishnu, and then Vishnu said, yes, you can. So we have this planet called Milk Ocean. That is where Lord Vishnu resides. He resides on a planet called Kshirodaka Shayi Vishnu. His name is Kshirodaka Shayi. Kshira is milk, Udaka is on that, Shayi is rested. So Lord Vishnu is resting on that planet of Milk Ocean. In that planet, they churned it. And how to churn it? They have to use one rod to churn it. So for that, again, Vishnu said, you can use the Mandhara mountain, what a part of the Meru mountain, which is there in the upper planetary system. So you can request the mountain to give its peak. So Mandhara Parvata was brought. Mandhara Parvata was brought here, and by Garudadev, and was placed here. And as a rope, what has to be used? They have to churn, right? Now again, they looked for Vishnu. Vishnu said, I'll give Vasuki. Vasuki is one of the servants of Vishnu, not Anantasesha. Anantasesha is different. Vasuki is different. So there are different snakes serving the Lord in the Vaikuntha. So Vasuki was selected. So that mountain, it was like a triangular cone, and it was very good for churning. So they used Vasuki as a rope. And at the tail of first, like who will be at the tail and who will be at the head is the question. Because at the head, when this churning is happening, there will be, Vasuki will feel the pain. There will be a lot of stress on her body. There will be like elongation and pressing and all that. So the demigod, the Vishnu said, first of all, you go and hold the hoods. You stand near the hoods. So then automatically the demons will take over that, because demons are very demoniac in nature. Okay, even before that, they need to churn this mountain, right? So they need a lot of resources to churn. So they not only need all the demigods, they also needed the demons. Even their population was also very high. So it's a collaborative effort of both demons and the demigods. Now, the demons obviously they are against the demigods. Whatever the demigods want to do, they will oppose it. And demigods know that they don't want to stay because they're more intelligent, they know. And Vishnu said, okay, first you go stand there. So they stood at the head on the hoods of Vasuki. Immediately the demon said, why you are all standing at the hoods? You think that you are all great? No, we will be at the heads, you be at the tail. So demons, so all those demons, big body demons, they all were at the hoods, near the hoods of Vasuki. And that long snake was wrapped around the middle Manthara mountain, and at the tail, all the demigods were there. So automatically it was resolved. Then as they started like churning, now the Manthara mountain has submerged. It has fallen down. Someone has to lift it up. So again they looked at Vishnu. Then the Lord Vishnu, he took the avatar, the incarnation of a tortoise. Because it is said in another Vaishnava Acharya says that sometimes tortoise, right, it feels some itching. It feels some itching on the on its back. So what it does is it goes and rubs against a rock or against some wall, something like that, in the water. So similarly, the Lord, he enacted this pastime that he has got some itching on his back. And so he lifted the Manthara mountain, and then the mountain appeared. Now the churning is happening, and the big Kurma avatar. Now he is holding the Manthara mountain. So they started churning it. So obviously during this, lot of demons, they fell down because of the poison coming out of the Vasuki. But still the other demons, they said, no, we all have to be at the head only. We can't go to the tail because of their ego and all those. Okay. So after so many things have come, finally the pot of elixir had come. Now that Dhanvantari has brought this, immediately the demons, they looked at the pot, they snatched it from Dhanvantari and they started running away. And they're fighting within themselves that who will take it. So at that time, the demigods, they prayed to Vishnu. Then the Lord Vishnu said, don't worry, I will take care. So he took the avatar of Mohini. So Mohini, and what did she do? She amused the demons. See, and they were so much fallen. Mohini was looking at Mohini because they were totally amused by the beauty. They became so lustful that whatever she said, they were following. That much captured they were. So they all sat on one. Mohini said, okay, don't worry, don't you all fight. I will, you all sit on one side, and the others, other side, all the demigods will sit. And Mohini knows that these demons, if they get the elixir, if they drink, then they'll become very powerful. That's okay. One thing, they have the power. And since they have got long life, they'll create a lot of disturbance. So it's kind of giving elixir or nectar to a criminal. Okay. So she made a Mohini avatar somehow with her Maya. What she did is she created a Maya, an illusioned pot of elixir, and that was being served to all the demons. And then when it came to demigods, she was serving the real nectar, and all the demigods were holding in their palms and they were drinking. But in that row, one of the demon, he observed, oh, the actual pot is being served to demigods. So what he did is he changed himself into the demigod form, and he sat between sun god and the moon god, Suryadev and the Chandradev. So as soon as Mohini avatar, she was coming and she was giving it, immediately the sun and the moon, they gave a hint to Mohini avatar that this person is a demon. He's not from this. Then Mohini avatar, because he sat, someone who is, that's a culture that if someone is made to sit for some prasadam, you cannot ask him to get up again. That's a rule of any bante or any serving of any meals in a festival or a program, anything. That's a basic etiquette. So Mohini served that elixir, but the moment he put it in his mouth and was going through, immediately she took the Sudarshan Chakra and cut the head. Now, that head and the body, it all fell far away. And because it has taken the pot of nectar, the body was also living, the head was also living. It was not dead. Later on the order of Mohini Avatar, there was a snake also. They asked us, cut the head of this, snake. So wherever the body is, attach the head of that snake, and wherever there is no body, attach the tail of the snake to that body. So that's how there are two planetary systems that came, Rahu and Ketu. Okay. There's one side of the story they say is that from the blood, when Mohini Avatar cut with Sudarshan Chakra, from the blood of this Rahu, the onion came, and then from the bones of these Ketu, the garlic came. So they say like that also, another version of onion garlic. So that's why we avoid onion garlic, because they have come from the blood of a demon. First of all, demon itself we avoid. On top of this, when they have appeared from such a blood, we don't take it at all. So that's why it's not considered sattvic. Okay. Again, so coming back, so again, then Mohini Avatar, Mohini Devi, she completed serving this pot of nectar to all the demigods. After that, this city, Vishala city, was formed. And after some time, what happened is, now Diti. Now there are Diti and Aditi. Both of their husband is Kashyapa Muni. So Aditi and Diti, they are both sisters only, and they got married to the same husband. All the demigods appeared from Aditi, and all the demons appeared from Diti. So Diti asked for a son to Kashyapa Muni, who will kill Indra, because she was angry at that this Amritam, or the nectar, was only shared to demigods. Then in Kashyapa Muni understood that this is not the right ask, that she wants a son who can kill all the demigods. It's not good. So to purify her, what Kashyapa Muni said is, you have to do a penance, you have to do an austerity for 1,000 years. So after that, you will be able to give birth to the son whom you want. And so this Diti, she came to this place called Vishala city. Earlier it was called as Kushaplava, but now it's called as Vishala. She practiced rigorous austerities for all those 1,000 years. And Kashyapa Muni, the husband gave the rules that you cannot be angry at anyone. Okay, if you are angry, then that means you have broken the penance and you will not have that child. You have to follow all the rules and regulations. You have to maintain the rules and regulations for these 1,000 years. So she practiced all those rigorous austerities, and 990 years passed. And at that time, she did a mistake. She washed her, it is said that the women's hair, the prosperity of the husband or of the state is actually dependent on the woman. how prosper, how happy the women are kept. I mean, how chaste and how pure and how cultured they are kept. That much the society or that family will be prosperous. So one of that culture is that the ends of the woman's hair must not be set loose. They have to be tied always. So what she did is she washed her hair and then she took bath and then she spread her hair to dry. And it was mentioned that half she was inside and half the hair was outside of the main door. And that is an offense. And because of that offense, her diksha was hindered, it was interrupted. Then Indra, actually, one of the rule was that she cannot be angry to anyone, even to her enemy, anyone. So Indra knew this. Oh, Diti is going to have asked his Indra's stepmom, like mother's sister, is Diti. So she has asked, stepmother has asked this. So he went. He also came to this Vishala city, and he he was doing all the service to Diti, and Diti was not showing any kind of uh, uh, enmity or towards Indra. She was considering him as her own son and was treating her. Although she had asked for a boon that the son coming out of my womb, my son, should be killing Indra, but when Indra himself came there to do service, she did not show. That was a rule. Okay. And Indra was waiting. If any time, if the Diksha is hindered, then no, he can do something. So when this happened after 990 years, so Indra immediately he went inside into the womb of Diti and he cut the embryo into 7 pieces. And they didn't die. Again, he cut the 7, each of the 7 into another 7. So that becomes like 7 into 7, 49. And they didn't die. And again, he was about to chop them. Immediately, all of them said that, please don't kill us more. We will not be, you will not be able to kill us, because by the power of Diti's austerity for these many years, it will be impossible for you to kill. But they all said, don't worry, we will not come out and kill you. In fact, we are going to help you. So they all became Maruts. There are 49 Maruts, they say, and these Maruts, they all assist the demigod of wind. So when they said that they're going to help, immediately Indra gave them the place. Okay, you go and you can help you can assist Lord Vayudev.
Prabhuji,
Yes?
sorry to interrupt you. What is Marut?
No, they are called as Maruts. The 49 embryo, he cut the one embryo into 7 pieces, and again each of the 7 he cut into another 7. So there are 49 individual embryos inside the womb of Diti, and
Okay.
they are called as Marut.
Okay, that's a name. Okay, thank you.
So Indra gave gave some place in the upper planetary systems for these Maruts. So why they're called Maruts? Maruda. So they were crying. Ruda is all to cry. Maruda, don't kill me, don't kill us, don't kill us. That's why they're called as Marudas. They were crying like that in the womb. And then further, Vishwamitra Muni, he explains that, to the king of Ikshvaku, a very highly righteous person or son was born. through the queen Alambusha. And his name is actually Vishala. So, this name, that Vishala city, so it was actually called as Kushaplava. But later it became Vishala because the son of the king Ikshvaku, his name was Vishala, and he expanded this nice city, and the entire city was named after him. And Vishala's son is the very great mighty Hemachandra, and Hemachandra's son is known as Suchandra. And the son of Suchandra, he became famous as Dhumrashva. And from Dhumrashva came Srinjaya. And from Srinjaya is Sahadeva. And son of Sahadeva is the Kushashva. And from Kushashva is Somadatta. And from Somadatta is Kakutstha. And presently, that Kakutstha's son named Sumati, who is a very great person, he's very unconquerable and very highly celebrated one. He is dwelling in the city. So this is another branch from Ikshvaku dynasty. One of the branches coming as one of the son from Dasharatha Maharaj and up. The other branch is from Kakutstha and Ikshvaku to Vishala to Hemachandra, like that. And finally, right now that king who is ruling in this lineage, his name is Sumati. And by the grace of Ikshvaku, all the successive kings of Vishala, they have longevity. They are well off in generosity. They were all very great souled ones. So, very highly powerful and pious people are there in this city of Vishala. So today we will take rest here for the night, and by tomorrow morning it will be very apt. It will be good that all of you will see Janaka Maharaj, the king of Mithila city. Tomorrow morning we will see. So now the king of Vishala, he understood that Vishwamitra Muni along with Rama and Lakshmana, he has come. That king of Vishala, the present king of Vishala, was Sumati. So immediately Sumati and along with his associates, they all come to Vishwamitra. They meet him, and he came with all his family members, mentors, gurus, and he worshipped him. And after talking for some time, then he left. And next day morning, they took a rest for that night, and next day morning they started for Mithila city. Just give me one moment, I'll be back. All right. Yeah. So next day morning, Rama and Lakshmana, they are following Vishwamitra Muni and they are walking from the Vishala city towards Mithila. At the outskirts of Mithila city, Rama and Lakshmana, they saw an inhabited hermitage. He saw it was very, effulgent hermitage, ashram, but nobody is inhabiting, nobody is there in that. And it was so pleasing to them. So Rama inquired, whose ashrama is this? And why it's so effulgent? And the moment I see it's so pleasing to me. Could you please start describing about this place? Then, then Vishwamitra Muni, he started describing. My dear Rama, when he looked at the beauty of Mohini avatar, he desired, because he is the head of all the creator, Srishtikarta in this material world, he desired to create a girl whose beauty is very similar to that of Mohini. So he created a girl with immense beauty and he named her as Ahalya. And as he is busy with so many other tasks, so he asked Gautama Muni to raise her. So Gautama Muni, he raised her, and after she came to the right age of the marriage, he presented Ahalya to Brahma. Now, a Swayamvaram was arranged. Swayamvara is there will be a competition of all the grooms, and the bride, whoever comes out victorious of that competition, the bride will marry that person. So bride has the full freedom to select the groom based on their qualification. They must be qualified, not out of lust or something. They must be very qualified. So when this Swayamvara was arranged, all the great demigods, they came. The great demigod, they were wishing to marry Ahalya because they have never seen such a beauty in this creation as beautiful as her. So Indra also came to that competition. And Indra was also the most handsome, beautiful person. So Ahalya and Indra, they exchanged few looks and they both liked each other. But the competition was set. And now what was the competition? The competition is whoever circumambulates the Bhudevi, the Mother Earth first, they will get married. So all the demigods, they embarked their vehicles. Immediately they were going down and they were trying to circumambulate the Mother Earth, the Bhudevi, and come back. But by the time, what happened is Gautama Muni, who was given this task of raising her, what he did is there was a cow, Satyalok, right? There was a cows also. So he just circumambulated the cow, which was present near Brahma, and said, I'm done. And because even cow is so sacred that the Mother Earth is already present in her body. So if you actually circumambulate the cow, it means you have already circumambulated the entire, you have did the pradakshina to the Bhudevi. And meanwhile, Gautama Muni finished, and all the other demigod, they all came, based on their speed. And finally, Brahma told, you see, the winner of this competition is Gautama Muni. Because he understood what are the Vedic injunctions. You all can see there's a cow here, and the Mother Earth represents, her representation is there within the cow's body. If you circumambulate the cow, it is equivalent to doing pradakshina or circumambulation of the earth. And they all agreed. And Brahma decided that Gautama Muni himself is the most suitable groom for Ahalya. And Brahma said, Gautama Muni, since you raised her and I find no one better than you, so you please marry her. So Gautama Muni and his and Ahalya Devi, they marry each other. So after the marriage, Gautama Muni brought her to his ashrama at this place. Who is explaining, Vishwamitra Muni is explaining to Rama, in this ashrama, Gautama Muni, this is a Gautama Muni's ashram. So he brought, after the marriage, Ahalya Devi, he brought to this place, and they were living very happily. But once, what happened is Gautama Muni, he was doing great penance, and his austerity was so severe that somehow he was becoming more powerful than Indra. So immediately the demigods, although they live, they're divine in nature, they are not free from all the false ego or the want of the power. No, they also commit offenses. So Indra became afraid that my position can be taken over by Gautama Muni because he's become as powerful as me. In fact, he's becoming more powerful than me. So he thought somehow his tapasya has to be, his austerity has to be broken. And Indra also wanted to satisfy his desires because he got attracted to Ahalya and he wanted to desire that, wanted to have a union with her. So you see, even demigods are not free from these material pangs. Kama, moha, lobha, mada, matsaryadi. So there are these qualities: kama, lust; moha, being illusioned; being greedy. All of these qualities are there in this material world. Whoever is there, maybe Brahma or from topmost living entity like Brahma to the lowermost ant, all these qualities are there. So the demigods are also not free. That's why you would have seen in 2-3 days before when I was explaining that there are 300 girls who the daughters of Kushanabha, and Vayudev, he wants to marry them because they're all not free from the lust. So similarly, Indra, he was he wanted to satisfy his desire of lust. So he wanted to go to Gautama Muni's ashram, and he got to know when Gautama Muni will not be available at his hermitage. That is when Gautama Muni, he goes for bath in the nearby lake. So this was very early in the morning, and the natural alarm clock everyone has is a hen or a cock. So the cock made the sound in the morning, and that cock was, again, it was Indra. He disguised himself as a cock and he made a call early. So instead of the Brahmi Muhurta time, they make exact sound during the Brahmi Muhurta time. So Brahma Muhurta time is 1.5 hours before the sunrise. So, so you see, the nature has provided us the natural alarm clocks. And Indra, he made the sound kokoroko like that before itself, maybe around 3 or 2:30 like that. So Gautama Muni woke up thinking it's a Brahma Muhurta time. And he, as soon as Gautama Muni left, Indra, he disguised himself as Gautama Muni. He entered into the ashrama and he engaged in a sexual intercourse with Ahalya Devi. So after that, Ahalya Devi said, "O Indra, I'm gratified with your activity. Please leave the place immediately before my husband arrives." So Ahalya also knew it. And Indra also felt satisfied, and he said, "Yes, I'm very delighted. I'll go as I have come." And as he was leaving, Gautama Muni returned from his morning bath. Why? Because when he went into the lake to take the bath, the lake personified said that, "Gautama Muni, this is not the right time. 1 hour more, it is there. So you go back." So now then he understood, oh, someone has, tricked me. He goes and uh, he saw that he realized what had happened, and he saw Indra was exiting the ashrama. And you see, this is the power of the sages. They don't simply curse. That's why it is called as Shapa Anugraha. Anugraha means mercy. Cursing is also a mercy by sages. Otherwise, because if they don't curse, they might be suffering. They should have been suffering even more. Because of their suffering, that that suffering has at least reduced to little. And he understood, Gautama Muni, why you had engaged. He went into the root cause of why he has engaged in such a bad activity. So he said, see, because of your masculine behavior, you wanted to engage with my wife. So the shloka he says is, I curse you that you lose the source of your masculinity, which are the testicles. So he immediately, his testicles drop. Then Indra leaves from that place. Then he turned to Ahalya. And he understood. So he didn't scold her or reprimand her. She's a faithful wife, but she has done this mistake. And he ordered, and he understood that the cause is that her heart is not pure. So he ordered his wife, you remain here. For many thousands of years, you do penance, thinking of Lord Vishnu. You don't eat. You should live only by breathing, by air. That's all. One day, Lord Ramachandra, he will come through this. At that time, you give him nice hospitality to him. So you will become pure again, and I'll come and accept you at that time. So you see, he did not leave her wife, his wife, because he knows that she can be purified. He understood the root cause, and he also knows that whatever he says, the Ahalya Devi will follow. Okay, but Vishwamitra Muni doesn't say all this. The Rama will come and all that. But Gautama Muni said to Ahalya. So Vishwamitra Muni now says, my dear Rama, let us enter this ashrama. Now, when they entered, what happened is, there are different variations of the story. Some say that Ahalya, when she started the penance, she became almost immovable, like a stone. Automatically, the dust accumulated on her. And she did penance for 1,000 years without even moving. And her breath has become very mild. She is inhabitant of Satyalok. She's got great prowess. So she became like a stone. Some say, and some, that's what Valmiki Ramayana says. There are other versions to it, but we will stick to Valmiki Ramayana. Then as Ramachandra, he came by, slowly her one sense by one sense, everything was coming back to the life. And she understood, oh, Rama has arrived here. the Supreme Lord, the object of my worship, whom I was doing penance on, he has come personally. So immediately she comes out. Rama, he fell at the feet of Ahalya. See, Lord Rama, he didn't judge her chastity. Because now she has become completely purified. It was like a new birth for Ahalya. That is why after initiation, we all get second birth, Dvija we call as. The first birth is given by our parents, and the second birth is by our spiritual master. So she was completely purified, and Rama, he fell at her feet. And then Gautama Muni also, by this time, Gautama Muni came there and he accepted her again. You see, that was the culture, even though she had committed a mistake, but by following the rules and regulations given by her husband, she completely got purified. Okay, so I'll stop here.